In this video, we're going to review factors and multiples. Let's start by looking at factors. A factor is a number that can multiply to make our target number. So in this case, our target number is 15. The factors of 15 are all the numbers that will multiply to give 15. So you have to think in your mind, what are the numbers that I can multiply together to make 15? Alternately, you could also think of it as what are the numbers that divide evenly into 15. But let's think of it through multiplication because that's a little bit easier. When I try to find the factors of the number, I start with the number 1 and move up. So I know that 1 times 15 is going to make the number 15. So I already have two factors of 15, 1 and 15. Now let's move up and try the number 2. Does 2 multiply by anything to give 15? Well, no, because 15 is not an even number, so I know that 2 is not a factor of 15. Then I move up again, and I'll try the number 3. Can 3 multiply by something to give 15? Yes, I can multiply 3 by 5 to make 15. So now I know that 3 and 5 are both factors of 15. Let's try the next number. So 4. Can 4 multiply by something to make 15? No, so 4 is not a factor of 15. And then we've reached the number 5. And since we already have 5, as you can see over here on our list, we don't need to have it twice. So we can stop. So I'm just going to write the word stop here. Stop. Once you hit any number that you already have in your list of factors, you have all the factors of the number. So this means that the factors of 15 are 1, so I'm going to rewrite it down here, 1, 3, 5, and 15. When you write factors, you should always write them in ascending order. Okay, so from 1 up to 15. Sometimes you'll be asked to find the greatest common factor. This means that you're going to need to find the factors for your two different numbers and then see which of the numbers are the same between the two sets and circle the greatest one. So let's do that. I'm going to find the factors of 35 and 15 really quickly. And then we're going to find the common ones. So for 35, we have 1 and 35 will make 35. 2, 3, and 4 will not divide evenly into 35. So the next number that will go evenly into 35 is going to be the number 5. And that multiplies with 7 to make 35. And then, of course, 6 also doesn't go in there, and our next number is 7. So the factors of 35 are going to be 1, 5, 7, and 35. For 15, the numbers 1 and 15 will multiply to make 15. We also know that 2 can't go in there, but 3 can. So 3 times 5 will make 15. And no other numbers are going to multiply to make 15. So the factors of 15 are going to be 1, 3, 5, and 15. Now, in order to figure out the greatest common factor, we need to look at our factors and circle the ones that are the same in both lists. So in both lists we have the number 1. We also have the number 5 in both lists. Which of these is the biggest? Well, the biggest one, or the greatest common factor, sometimes we abbreviate it as greatest GFC, or GCF, greatest common factor, between these two sets is the number 5, because it's the biggest number that's the same in both of these sets. Now let's review multiples. To find the multiples of a number, all you need to do is multiply that number by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So there are an infinite amount of multiples for any number. We won't find an infinite amount, we'll just do a few of them. So for the number 4, 4 can multiply by 2 to make 8, and then by 3 to make 12, and by 4 to make 16, by 5 to make 20, by 6 to make 24, and so on. So all of these numbers are considered multiples of the number 4. When looking at multiples, you're often asked to find something called the lowest common multiple. What that means is that you're trying to find the smallest or the lowest number that's the same between your two or more numbers that you're looking at. So let's find the lowest common multiple for the numbers 3 and 8. First, we need to find the multiples of 3 and 8. So I'm going to do this quickly. So 3 will become 6. 3 times 2 makes 6. 3 times 3 makes 9. 3 times 4 makes 12. 3 times 5 makes 15. 3 times 6 makes 18. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. We're going to stop there, and now we're going to make the multiples of the number 8. So 8 times 2 is going to give me 16. 8 times 3 is going to give me 24. And I can stop now because I found at least one number that's the same or in common between 3 and 8. What is that number? Well, as you can see, 24 appears in both of these lists. So I'm just going to circle that. And that means that the lowest common multiple, or the lowest number that's the same in both of these lists, is the number 24. So your ticket in the door for tomorrow is going to be to find the greatest common factor of 48 and 16, and to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 7. Now remember, all of these things were reviewed from last year, so if you're really struggling or you don't remember how to do this, go back, watch this video again, or go back and take a look at your notes from last year if you still have them, or the Moodle from last year, or you can go onto the internet and do some review on factors and multiples.